I'd like to welcome you to the video today. And today's video is just going to be my tips and general things you should know when you're doing sweats. Now, if you don't know what sweats are basically when you have two teams of three, for example, like in this situation, and you find each other in classic threes by launching at the same time. One host on the other team should live close to the host on your team, so they'll say 3, 2, 1 launch, and then you'll find each other, and then you'll try your absolute butt off, pretty much. You usually know exotics. There's certain rules part of sweats, but I'm not going to explain to you what sweats are because you most likely know what sweats are if you come to this video. Now, the gameplay in the background, as you see right now, is just some sweat gameplay I got today with my friends. This was my best game of the series. I did go neg the first game. This game I did really good, and the third game we all did really good. So as far as the gameplay goes, also the second gameplay, it's also an anomaly, I believe. It's against friends. The second piece of gameplay you're going to see, it's going to be against friends. Genius, that wise boy in a third. I don't know who he was, but it was with friends against friends, so it's just friendly sweats. Not taken serious that much, and you shouldn't get butthurt if you are doing friendly sweats and you lose. So, but let's get into the video. So, first off, if you're going to be, this is just I'm going to go ahead and give my advice to shotgunners, I guess, because a lot of people don't know what to do. Generally, when they do sweat, they're like, I don't know whether to shotgun or I don't know whether to snipe. So in this gameplay, as you see right here, I am using a last word shoddy. I am using a Matador 64 with rangefinder and knee pads and, you know, the general god roll, and then I have a last word. Now, this map is very close quarters, I guess. It's very close quarters. Don't get me wrong, you can snipe on this map, but I'm not comfortable with sniping on this map. Unless I'm the only sniper on the team, I'll snipe, but my friend Baboon is the sniper on the team, as you see right there. He's got my cover fire with the sniper. He's all the way back catwalk, and I'm shotgunning in this game. So a lot of people are confused on what their loadout to be, and my biggest advice, like knowing what your loadout should be, is for one, the team you're playing against, what you're comfortable with. Most of the time, it's just what you're comfortable with. But there you can experiment, okay? Because you need, if you want to know what you're gonna use and what you're good with, you need to experiment, okay? Try out a sniper, a sweat game. You know, try a shotgun, a sweat game. Try a party crasher, a Matador. I do have a friend who has a Matador, but he chooses to use a party crasher because he just prefers the party crasher more, and he's a lot more comfortable with it, and he does a lot better with it. So, props to him for using a party crasher instead of a Matador, but he is very good with it. So he's a very good shotgunner, very good player. But he does use that instead of the Matador because he's just more comfortable with it. So that's a perfect example right there. He's one of the people I play with a lot too. So, but anyways, like I said, you need to experiment with what you're going to use. Whether you're comfortable with a Thorn or a Matador or a Benevolence or a Calcutta even, or a Prentice Revenge, whatever helps you snipe or shoddy or do whatever better. I don't understand why Space Excites on the other team freaking switched to a sniper. Or no, he had a sniper on and he switched to a shoddy. That was weird, but anyways, but you need to know what you're comfortable with. I use both. I mainly snipe, but I do shoddy a lot too. When I do shoddy, most of the time I do use Thorn for pretty far range engagements with the primary battles. But since this is such a close quarters map, like I said before, you know, depending on the map, you also choose your loadout. I am using a last word because it's pretty close quarters. You can still melt people pretty far away. So last word's a very good choice. A lot of people think last word shoddy is a bad choice, but when it's not, it's still a very good choice. Thorn, you can't go wrong with Thorn shoddy either, though. It's still a pretty good choice. Just on this map, I prefer last word shoddy. So, and as far as sniping goes, for most maps I like to snipe on. I like to snipe on like Rusted Lands or Cauldrons, some maps like that. Maps I'm comfortable with. I'm not comfortable with sniping on this map, so that's why I didn't snipe on this game. But my friend Genie is very comfortable with it. Actually, this is one of his favorite maps, so that's why I said, all right, you go ahead and snipe this game. I'm gonna go ahead and shoddy. So as far as loadouts go, okay, choose the subclass you're best with. Okay, maybe you're most comfortable with. Someone on your team already plays a subclass you're most comfortable with. then just try a different subclass. You know, there's 9 subclasses in the game. I'm pretty sure you can find a subclass. I play Voidwalker, Stormcaller, Night Stalker. I do play Blade as well a little bit. I can play Striker as well, but I mainly play Void. Storm, and Night Stalker in Sweats. I've been using Sun recently. It's not that bad. It's really an underrated class, but Sun, you know, any subclass you can practice with. Okay, you can get comfortable with. Just experiment with. Even if you do bad, you'll eventually get consistent with it. So just keep experimenting. Another tip. Now this is probably if you need to pay attention to what I'm about to say. This is probably the issues people have the most, and it's that people want to be like. I guess I should say a lot of people are wannabe sweats. What I mean by that is you shouldn't do sweats. Okay, if you just like. If you like, you shouldn't do sweats if you can't go into like pubs and like, you know, do okay. Okay, what you should do, okay, if you're new to sweating and you're not really that good in pubs yet, what you should do is you should get very good in pubs, like trials, or for example, it's a perfect example. If you do a lot of trials and you're very good at trials, that's a perfect example. If you're really good at Rumble, you want to get used to pubs first before you want to do sweats. Make sure you're good at in pubs. And once you're comfortable in pubs and you can go solo queue or play with friends, then that's when you move on to playing with your friends who are better than you. Or surround yourself with people, basically, who are better than you at the game or just as good as you. And basically, you just play. It doesn't matter what you play. It could be with Trials of Osiris. It could be Sweats, which is probably going to be most effective. It could be anything. If you surround yourself with cool people who are very good at the game, people who are better than you, make sure you play people who are better than you. Always. If you want to get better, the best way to get better is to surround yourself with good people and putting yourself against good players. So you're used to that whole, you know, fast-paced, you know, type game mode. But I just got a text message. I don't know if you heard that. But you want to surround yourself with cool people. Don't surround yourself with assholes, pardon my language, who like are really good at the game, but you know they'll get mad at you if you know you don't really do good or something like that. You don't want to surround yourself with people like that. You want to surround yourself with people who will keep a good and positive vibe, that will keep the motivation up for the team. That's something really bad. You can make a mistake. You never want to get mad at your teammates. Ever, because that brings motivation down to the team, and it's just not good. So, but that's probably the biggest tip I can give you if you want to do good at Sweats. Now, as far as shotgunning goes, let's say you pick the shotgun for Sweats, like in this game right here, or you know a lot of shotgunners, what they tend to do is they tend to monkey, or they tend to just no primary. What I mean by that is what a monkey is basically is most of the time a warlock who just straight up shotgun rushes you and doesn't have a primary. He'll just jump all over the place and stuff. So that's basically a monkey. You don't want to be a monkey when you're shotgunning. Depending on your team, you might want to play passive-aggressive, or you want to play aggressive after you get a pick, or, you know, shotgunning will come with practice. That's going to come with, you know, general practice and, you know, your reaction time with things. Don't say that if you're old, and if you think you're old and you think that's the reason why you're doing bad, that's not an excuse. There's plenty of players out there that are pretty old. Not like old, like, I don't know. I don't want to explain what old is, but like they call themselves old, and they're still good players. And like I know people out there where they be like, yeah, man, I'm old, man. That's why I'm not doing bad. And they're like the same age as someone like Lumi or something, or they're not old at all. They're still pretty young. So it doesn't matter how old you are. Trust me, that has nothing to do with anything. But besides that, it's your reaction time towards things, and it's going to be basically shotgunning, okay, guys, is all your positioning. It's not like in year 1 where you had blink shotgun and blade dancer, so your quick draw would like pop up really fast. It's basically all positioning now. Shotgunning, if anything, takes a lot of skill now, so trust me when I say shotgunning is not like in year one. I mean it. It's literally, it's not like anyone can shotgun anymore. It's all about positioning yourself well when you're shotgunning. Whether you're hovering over a door and you're weak and the shotgunner comes out, you shotgun them, for example. Or you're baiting them and you're floating over the door, or you float yourself like back, and then it throws him off or something like that. Shotgunning is all positioning now. Okay, you don't just stand still, run straight at them, knee pat, or you just slide and shotgun. That's not what a good shotgunner does most of the time. But a lot of shotgunners tend to do that. There's nothing wrong with like sliding towards it. And not to mention in sweats, you want to slide a lot. Sliding, you want to slide 90% of the time of your movement. Sliding, like you see right here, I'm always sliding pretty much. Sliding is like a huge part. The reason why people slide is because, one, it pulls up your weapons quicker, and it also makes you harder to hit. So that's one thing I also want to point out, is that if you are doing sweats, you want to slide a lot. It does make you more evasive, brings your weapons up quicker. A lot of people don't know that, but now you do if you are watching this video. Also, this is for tips for snipers. Now, this is one of the biggest issues for snipers out there, is they'll hard scope all the way in the back of the map, or they'll like just have a sniper out like point blank in front of a shotgunner. You don't want to do that. You never want to snipe. Usually, you usually don't want your sniper out unless your teammate is in front of them. You can give them cover fire. But 90% of the time, you want your primary out, because primary, really, you only want to bring your sniper out when you get like a team wipe or something, right? And you have your sniper out and you're waiting for spawns, pretty much. That's the only time you ever really want your sniper out. Most of the time, you want your primary out. Most of the time, if you see me play, I most of the time have a sniper out, or not sniper out when we get a team wipe, and I'll go ahead and try to get someone off spawn or something. That's most of the time when I snipe. Most of the time, I don't really have a sniper out, like close quarters or anything. It's not really a smart play. So like if you're really a sniper in sweats, then that's just my tip for you. You don't want to keep your sniper out 24/7. You want to have your primary out a lot and push with your shotgunners, give them cover fire. Your primary game plays a big part in sweats. So it plays a big part in the chemistry in your team. And it's just, you just want to have your primary out a lot. But other than that, those are basically the basic tips for sweats in them. Sweats in trying to like become a better sweat player, because I know a lot of people are joining the sweat community, I guess, or the sweat side of the community, or the competitive side. But like I said, if I were to give my biggest tip, you want to surround yourself with good players. Surround yourself with players that are better than you, who are really nice people. You don't want to surround yourself with like bad people or not bad people, good people who are like assholes. That's just part of my language, but that's just like my biggest tip. Surround yourself with good players. But that's just for me, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.